apologize for interrupting your regularly scheduled program of Paw Patrol, but we have terrible news coming in from Austria-Hungary in the last couple minutes. Archduke Franz Ferdinand has been assassinated by a Serbian terrorist group, sources tell the Foreign Affairs Network. More details to come on that in the following minutes. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry, what? We have more breaking news that Austria-Hungary has officially declared war on Serbia. Hang on. And now Russia's declared war on Austria-Hungary. What is going on? And now Germany has declared war on Russia. Hang on. And now Britain, France, and Belgium have declared war on Germany. I think that's it. We will have a slight change in our regularly scheduled programming. Stay tuned here on the Foreign Affairs Network. More details to come in the following minutes.
Over there, send the word over there. That the ain'ts are coming, the drums coming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there.
Hello and welcome to the Over There League pregame show. My name is Ben Webster and I'm joined today by Nolan Klent and Isaac Porzelius. Gentlemen, today's matchup should be unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Oh, for sure. When you have historical powerhouses in Britain, France assisting Russia, Belgium, and Serbia going head-to-head with Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, you know it's going to be one heck of a battle.
What do you think, Isaac?
Well, I'm really looking forward to how things are going to look on the home front. The big question is, will the women at home be willing to step up to keep their countries running with most of the men being gone? With the soldiers going off to war, farming and industrial jobs will be vacant, so get ready to step up, women.
Adding on to what he said, the propaganda that the governments of these countries will put out will be a vital part of keeping the spirits up for fighting countries. Tarnishing the opponent's image in the eyes of the people is everything. When it comes to something like this, the motivation will play a key role in who wins this war.
Well, what will make or break the outcome of this war will be the involvement of the newly deemed powerhouse in the United States of America. Fellas, it currently looks as if President Woodrow Wilson wants to remain neutral right now. What do you think about that?
That is very interesting. It's almost as if Uncle Sam just wants to grab some popcorn and watch this war play out from the sidelines. However, just because the U.S. is neutral, it doesn't mean that they can't assist any of the European countries that are involved. I think whoever the U.S. sends the supplies to will have the edge in this war.
Dang it, Isaac, you said everything I was going to say.
Womp womp.
So, time for predictions. I personally think Great Britain and France will come away with the victory in this one. They have two fronts coming in from the east and the west because they have Russia as well. It should intimidate Germany very quickly.
I disagree. I think Germany and Austria-Hungary will pull this one out. I think Austria-Hungary will be fired up from the killing of their Archduke. So expect them to play a big part in this war.
I disagree with Nolan. I'm taking Great Britain and France. I have a gut feeling that the home front for these guys will be better than the opponents of the war goes on. Germany will be surrounded, as Ben said. If this war goes the way I think it will go, Germany and Austria-Hungary's home front will eventually collapse, and that's when Great Britain, France, Russia, and Serbia can take advantage.
You forgot Belgium.
Nobody cares about Belgium.
So that will do it for the Over There League pregame show. We will see you at halftime.
But that's my job.
Wah wah.
A few moments later.
Wow, what a first half that was.
For real. I didn't think the war would be this easy.
Hey guys, I think we're on air now.
Oh, shoot my rifle! Hello and welcome to the OTL halftime report brought to you by Liberty Bonds. Fellas, what do you make of that first half?
Whoa, Ben, I don't know what to think. The way this war is going, I don't think this war will end for a long time.
Yeah, that was kind of boring. I was expecting for someone to have an advantage, but I guess not.
Well, since that first half was boring as heck, let's take some time to recognize our sponsor for this halftime report, Liberty Bonds. They are instruments of investment created by national governments to help raise money for their war efforts. So far, these loans have raised a whopping $22 billion to finance the war.
That has not lived up to my expectations.
Shut up, Isaac, and let him cook.
Anyways, many national governments involved in the war have kindly compensated the Foreign Affairs Network to promote the following message. We encourage our citizens to purchase some Liberty bonds as an act of patriotism during the war. When you buy a Liberty bond, you are raising money to support our troops on the front lines, as well as supporting our country's war effort. So, folks, buy a Liberty bond today in available locations, because you never know, only 1 penny could go a long way towards winning the war. The second half of the Great War will be coming up next. We will see you post-game.
Hey, Isaac, let's go buy some Liberty bonds.
Nah, I've already bought 69 of them.
Hey yo, what the f?
One eternity later.
Wow, that was an incredibly entertaining second half.
Hey Nolan, I was right and you were wrong.
You know what, Isaac? I've had enough of you.
I'd like to square up.
Hello and welcome to the OTL post-game show. We have a lot of talking points from that second half, which swung heavily in favor of the Allies, which were Britain, France, Russia, etc. The first talking point being, boys, the involvement of the United States. Finally, they joined the war during that second half. Nolan, why do you think that is?
Well, Ben, the War Industries Board, the Committee for Public Information, played big parts in helping America join the war. They were created during the second half to help influence the public opinion throughout the country, which worked, yeah. The support of the people had for the U.S. was a big contributor to their involvement in the Great War.
Isaac, what do you make of that one-sided second half in favor of the Allies?
Well, I was impressed by the involvement of the Salvation Army in that second half. They helped provide comfort and support to those fighting in Europe. 251 volunteers, 109 of which were women, traveled across the Atlantic to help out with the forces. I was thinking when I saw this, how would they survive the conditions of the trenches on the battlegrounds? Well, each volunteer was given a gas mask, a rubber blanket, a steel helmet, and a revolver to help with coping with the conditions. Their involvement went a long way towards turning the tide of the war.
I don't know if you guys noticed these things, but the American Red Cross had a huge involvement as well. It was created a while ago during the American Civil War, but they came back for this war and helped aid those wounded in battle, which was another huge contribution made by the U.S.
Also, Ben, the U.S. Food Administration helped provide adequate food to the troops to keep them from hunger on the battlefield. You know what they say, you can't fight a war on an empty stomach.
Well, there were also these things that happened in the U.S. called the Espionage and Sedition Acts. The Espionage Act made it illegal to convey information intended to interfere with the operations of the United States.
It also made it illegal for citizens to promote the success of the enemies.
I was supposed to say that.
I need to say something so I can get some credit, not just sit here.
Fair enough. Anyway, the violation of this act was punishable by death or 30 years of imprisonment. Okay, Ben, now you can talk.
Yay! The Sedition Act was passed in 1918. It's somewhat similar to the Espionage Act, but the Sedition Act was made out of fear of propaganda that would potentially undermine the U.S. war effort. This made the spreading of false information illegal, as well as criminalizing disloyal and abusive language about the U.S. government as well as the military. Wow, feels good to have said something useful.
Good for you, because it's my turn now.
But
Shut up! Anyway, the Supreme Court case Schneck versus U.S. was a case concerning the enforcement of the Espionage Act. Charles Schneck was charged under the act of printing circulars criticizing the military draft. The decision was unanimous in favor of the U.S., upholding the conviction of Schneck.
Speaking of the draft, the Selective Service Act authorized the government to temporarily expand the military via draft. It eventually required all men between the ages of 21 and 45 to register for military service. I believe this act will be in place for a long time, because it is a very good act. passed in the U.S.
This act would also lead to the experience of separation and tragedy of war as family members and friends chose to enlist for the military service, as well as being drafted.
Wah, wah.
No longer. This was tragic for many people. Don't make me fire you.
Since were you my boss?
Since this broadcast started?
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Ugh. Anyway, we've got an interview with our very own Raphael Yaman. He's with the losers of the war, Germany. Before we make our way down to Raphael, a little background information. Germany was blamed for this war even starting and escalating to the devastating level it reached. Here they are with Raphael. Thanks, Ben. I'm here with Germany. So, Germany, how do you feel about all the Allied powers blaming you for starting this war?
Well, it's stupid. It's not our fault that Franz Ferdinand got killed. It's ridiculous that the blame is on us. Such a disgrace.
Hang on. We have word coming in that there is this thing called the Treaty of Versailles, and it says that you have to give away a lot of your land.
What?
That's what I'm hearing. Also, you can't expand your military or make more military weapons.
You're joking.
I'm not.
Forget the blame being on us. I'm gonna blame it on the Jews. It's their fault.
The Jews didn't do anything.
Yeah, they did, and they need to be dealt with. It's all their fault. You know what? We need a new leader. Adolf.
I failed art school. I hate myself. Let's blame the Jews.
Hey, what? Why don't that?